thought that we were done for the day.
Well, you assumed wrong, Will. Very wrong.
Sorry. Back for video number 2 of the day. Today, in video number 2 of the day, we are going to be doing our round 1 tips for the 2023 NRL Telstra Premiship season. Round 1 is tomorrow night, and I am so excited. The footy's back, man. The footy's back. Obviously, Sunday I'm off to Suncorp for the Dolphins Roosters. I've got the City jersey as well. Have a look how good it is. The City jersey. Like, named after the 1996 Sydney City Roosters style. How good does it look? But yeah, obviously we're representing this on Sunday. Also, a special announcement to our Roosters members and fans who are on the channel who live in Brisbane. There is going to be a Queensland supporters meet and greet this Sunday at the Caxton Hotel at 1 p.m. So come down, say good day to me, say good day to all the Roosters members who are in Queensland, and maybe some who will come up, who will travel up as well. It's going to be a great day. You know, get to meet a lot of people, and, you know, just interact with some Roosters fans because Dolphins are still Queenslanders and they're still a pain in the asses. But anyway, so come down. It's going to be a great day. All right, guys, let's get into our round 1 tips for the 2023 NRL Telstra Premiership season. Hope you guys enjoy.
Come on! Yeah!
Start off with the main game. Well, not main game, but the first game of the 2023 NRL season. It's going to be the feckin' Eels, those fucking Eels from Parramatta. The Parramatta Eels up against the Melbourne Storm, Combank Stadium. Kickoff, 8 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. 7 p.m. Queensland time. We're just going to say Queensland time. I don't know what that official meaning is. But, look, let's go through some odds first. Obviously, Melbourne are the favourites. Rightfully so. They're undefeated in round 1 under Craig Bellamy. $1.76 Melbourne. The Eels are $2.07, which I think is pretty good value for the Pata Squeals. Look, coming into this game, it's going to be interesting, obviously. Those feckin' Eels coming off a grand final loss. There'll be hunger to get back there. Apparently they've named 5 debutants, so it's going to be interesting to see how they go. Few injuries out for the Melbourne Storm. So that's going to be into the mind there. There's no Justin Olam, so young Tony Mapia is into the centres. And Nick Meaney is at fullback for Ryan Pappenhausen. So there's a few outs there. Obviously, the big notice for Parramatta that there is no Reid Marnie. He's at the Dogs, and Isaiah Papali'i, and so Bryce Cartwright comes in there, and Matt and Duray in there. So a lot of things you're going to consider here. So obviously, Parramatta have actually got a good record against Melbourne at home. More like, I think Melbourne's bogey team the last few seasons has been both Parramatta and the Raiders, so you got to take that into account. That Combank in Sydney. You're also going to consider it's the round 1 success from Melbourne. To flip the coin, this one. You know what? I'm going to bite the bullet here. I am going to tip the Melbourne Storm. Like they're just the professionals of round 1. It's going to be a tight game, so I'm going to go Melbourne 1-12. Moving on to the next game, it's going to be the Warriors, the New Zealand Warriors up against the Newcastle Knights at, is it Westpac Stadium? Yeah, it's Westpac Stadium. It's in Wellington, but I forgot what the name was called. I thought they changed it. But yeah, Westpac Stadium in Wellington. It'll be a good game over there. Obviously, it's a round field, so obviously that might, but it's a nice stadium in Wellington. Coming into this game, I think. We'll go through the lineups. The Warriors are $1.62 favourites, as they should. Oh yeah, it's Sky Stadium. Yeah, right. I knew they changed it. It used to be Westpac Stadium, but now it's Sky Stadium. Newcastle $2.31. Look, coming into this game, look, two teams that need to start the season well. Obviously, probably the team that's most under pressure this season would probably have to be Newcastle. Ponga at 6. How's he going to go? Adam O'Brien's got 6 weeks to save his job, and it's going to be a disappointing start if they don't win this game. The Warriors, a few changes there as well. I think I don't mind having Klaus Nickel-Klotz at fullback. He'll be alright. Tamari Martin's in at 6. Luke Metcalf is injured, so there's a few recognised names there. Obviously, Jackson Hastings in at 7 for Newcastle. It's going to be interesting, this one. Look, you got to favour the home side here. I think the Warriors win at home. I'm going to go, another 1-12. It'll be a tight game. Moving on. The Premiers are back on Friday night, 7 p.m. kickoff in Queensland time, 8 p.m. New South Wales time. The Panthers and the Broncos, $1.31 Penrith, $3.46 Broncos. The Premiers will be humming, frothing at the mouth to get back out there after that disappointing shock loss to St. Helens in the World Club Challenge, and I think that will be the reason why they get the job done. Cobbo's in the fullback. Reece Walsh is injured. There's some few changes there for both sides. Suana Tavua, I think he's Fijian. He's playing for Tyler May. He's sucks shit. But yeah, should have taken that suspension, champ. So yeah, still a pretty strong lineup for the Panthers. The Broncos, they did have a shock win against the Rabbitohs in round 1 last year, but it's going to be a tough ass to win in Penrith. I am going to go the Panthers 13 plus here. Yeah, the Panthers should win this game. They should win well. Moving on to the first Saturday, I think this is probably the best Super Saturday we could imagine to start the season. Manly and the Bulldogs at 4 Pines Park, Manly Brookvale Oval. Manly $1.66, Bulldogs $2.24. Really good value there for the doggies. Turbo's in for Manly. There's some pretty good names there. Cooper Johns is at 6 with Daly Cherry Evans in the halves. Obviously, Schuster's injured, so he won't play. Yeah, pretty good side there for Manly. For the Dogs, pretty good side there too. Luke Thompson's actually out to start the season. He's done a hamstring or a shoulder, one of the two. So he's out for this game. Ryan Sutton, a former rugby league referee, famed into the front row. Obviously the big names here, Reid Marnie and Viliami Kikau, they're in, so it's a flip of the coin, but you've got to favour Manly at home here, so I'm going to go Manly at 1-12 at home. Moving on to the Cowboys and the Raiders. Queensland Country Bank Stadium, 4:30 kickoff in Queensland time, 5:30 New South Wales time. But yeah, 4:30 kickoff local time, let's just say that. Cowboys $1.47, Raiders $2.70. I'm just going to get straight to the point. Cowboys win 13 plus. I'm not really sold on the Raiders. If you guys did see the ladder predictions that dropped about 3 hours ago, I did have the Raiders come 13th, so that's why I'm going to go the Cowboys 13 plus. Really not much changes there in the lineup from the Cowboys. Pretty strong side. Great to see James Tarmo on the bench back at his stomping grounds there at the Cowboys. Danny Levi hooker for the Raiders, and still a pretty good forward pack. Corey Henry and Ira is at lock. No Papali'i. Basami Solo is in the front row. But yeah, obviously Adam Elliott is at Newcastle, so he's not there at all. So that's that game, straight into it, Cowboys 13 plus. Now this was supposed to be the game of the round. Sharks and the Rabbitohs at a sold out PointsBet stadium, which is confirmed today, which is great to see. Who wins this one? Obviously got to tip the Rabbitohs. Like, I hate doing it, man, but you can't deny that they're going to win this game. Obviously Nico Hines is out, so Braden Trindle into the halves. So is that the thing that's going to be the? It was neck and neck coming into this game, but you've got to consider that Hines pretty much set up the attack last year, and I think that's what they're going to miss in this game for the Bunnies. They're stacked. What more do you want me to say about those scums from South Sydney, right? Like they're stacked. Souths are stacked. I will still tip South 1-12, but it wouldn't surprise me if they go 13 plus. All right, into the main game. Dolphins Roosters at Suncorp Stadium. Oh, so that game was at 7:30 kickoff local time, 6:30 Queensland time. This game is 3 p.m. local time, 4 p.m. New South Wales time at Suncorp Stadium. The dawn of the Dolphins, the Arthur Beetson Cup, Arthur Beetson Medal, whatever you want to call it. So much history, so much meaning into this game, and it's the dawn of the Dolphins. And like I said, there's so much history, meaning into this game, and I've explained it a few times now, and I will explain it come the vlog on Sunday. Look, coming into the side, the Roosters have named pretty good side. Obviously, the few outs here. Manu is out, which I don't mind. Like, don't need to risk him in round one. Corey Allen and Paulo on that right side. It's worrying me a little bit. Not by much. I think they'll get by this first game. But I hope this isn't a regular thing. Like, they're good players, but come against the big clubs, they're going to get caught out. So, don't mind them having there for now. Kiri's back, which I thought he would. Suoliti is back, which I knew he would. No Jararia Hargreaves. Again, it's working. It's limiting his workload early on in the season. It's building a season for the Roosters, so he's not playing. That's fine. Don't rule him out. That's fine. I'm not really worried about Jararia Hargreaves to play this game. So Lodge and Collins will start, which is fine. We also have the Butcher brothers in the back row as well. Victor the Inflictor Radley, who's just re-signed along with Egan Butcher, have signed a long-term deal for the Roosters, which is great news. So it's going to be interesting how they go. Obviously, they'll be fine. Cheese at 9. Those two will link up. Like, they'll get on like a house on fire. Cheese, Radley, Tedesco, Suoliti too. Oh, that's a damaging left edge. For the Dolphins, if you guys watched a preview with the Dolphins on Tuesday, it was actually the Entertain House did say that Isaiah Katoa will play, but he had him on the bench, but he's playing. So a good tip there for the good Entertain House. Pretty good. Okay score there for the Dolphins. A lot of people think the Roosters win well, and I think in the end we will, but it'll be tight early. I'm going to go the Roosters by 16, so it'll be a 13-plus win, but it'll be close. And I did say that the Dolphins will score first, and I think Asako will score the first try. So moving on to the last game of the round, the Tigers and the Titans. Two teams that really impressed in the preseason challenge. So the odds for that game, Roosters $1.23, Dolphins $4.20. And lastly, Tigers $1.78, Titans $2.05. This could easily be the surprising game of the round, this one. Obviously, last year it was the worst game of last year, but this game's not too bad. Come to think of two teams who are on the rise. The Tigers, Coruscant was named, so like that forward pack of the Tigers can easily match it with any team in the comp. Honestly, that's not a bad forward pack. Like, don't sweat on the Tigers this year. Don't be surprised if they make a charge for the 8. Same with the Titans. I did have them 12, but I just think it's going to be like a 4, 5 to 6 horse race for the 8. So, obviously, like I said, I'm really high on the link up between Liu and Verrills. I like that. Tino Fasalamulari. I've said that wrong so many times. Also, Foran at 6. I think he's going to really link up for Fafita. I think that's what he's been needing for Fafita, is that link up with a good half. So, not a bad side for the Titans. Obviously, got a soft spot for the Tigers because my old man's a Tigers fan, and obviously, if you guys saw that I was at the Sportshed TV charity match involved in it, if you haven't watched that vlog yet, I suggest you do, because we got some behind the scenes footage there that not really much has a lot of people have out there apart from the boys themselves. I'm like one of the only ones who actually had behind the scenes access to the event. So if you haven't watched it yet, link in bio. Make sure you watch it. It's a great vlog. One of my best vlogs I've ever made. Like, we've got like John Bernard, Olin Tackers, Entertain House, the boys themselves, Sportshed TV boys. The list goes on. Jason David, like the list goes on. The Melody Guest, Trademark Sports, like all those guys that were involved I literally had it on the channel. It was great. But anyway, we're not going to talk about the Sports Show TV charity match in this video because we've already done it. But yeah, so obviously they're at Lidcombe Oval, you know, home of the Tigers, home of the Magpies, home of West Suburbs Magpies. As you can see, I've got Western Suburbs Magpies cars in the bar room, so it means a lot because it's a soft spot for the Maggies. But yeah, I think the Magpies, boys, the Tigers, they'll win 1-12 against the Titans. It'll be a really good game, and don't sweat. It'll be a good game. It'll be a good game. All right, guys, that's going to end up my tipping video for round 1. We'll try and do this regularly weekly thing, and we'll do something on TikTok as well, so we can go through and rate my season. We'll do that next week. We'll go through the tips last week and saw that. So that's what the norm is. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. New around here, don't forget to like, subscribe, turn notifications on to see more videos like this one. I really appreciate the support so far. Follow me on my socials. You guys know the drill. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Sydney Roosters season preview, and also a brand new podcast that I'm starting, a tipping show. Tips Not Slips will be out sometime tomorrow as well. So stick around. It's going to be a hectic week on the channel, that's for sure. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, it's goodbye for now.